going on, everybody? It's been a long time. It's been a
Yeah.
long time. So welcome back to as of now, the Entertainment Fusion. I will get to what I mean by that very shortly. Um, Loudmouth Jay,
What's up, people?
we have
Hi, back.
it's been a while. It's been a while, like the song. Um, Let me crack this open now. I want everyone to take notes. Okay, everybody take notes because when you drink beer, okay, you drink it from a real beer glass. All right, and I'm gonna show everybody here what a real beer glass looks like. Now this, okay, let me see here.
The other way. The other way.
Here's,
Yeah, yeah.
here's the bottle. Here's the glass. So I have to go
Excuse me. I
all the way,
ordered the large.
all the way like this. Okay, that's now that right there. It's is dripping everywhere. But that right there is what I
Uh,
call a beer glass. Look at now. Look how big this is. Okay, look at that. To
uh,
give you guys some indication. Look at that.
you have too much head there, buddy.
It's not that kind of podcast, Jay.
hey. That's called head. I didn't make the rules.
All right, so let's talk briefly. We're gonna talk real quick. So the Entertainment Fusion will be coming back. I don't know if it's gonna be coming back in its current incarnation. What I mean by that is, I actually haven't. I've touched upon it briefly with Jay off air before today, but not too much. So there was the podcast went incognito. It went into hiatus for a number of different reasons. Long ago, one of those reasons was audience. One of those reasons was creative block. Um, what I mean by that is it was difficult to keep the podcast fresh. It was difficult to keep it entertaining, um, especially having me on it. So you know, it so needed a break. There was a lot of other factors, but
Well,
um,
plus, personal life kind of on
yeah,
your
personal
both.
life got in the way. That I got a lot of stuff going on. I got a new job. I actually just interviewed the other day. I'm pretty sure I have a second job lined up, which I should be hearing about momentarily.
Nice.
Um, so I went from a security job to a veterinary assistant. So, you know, uh,
Pretty good.
giving kittens and puppies shots and vaccinations and whatever. So that's what I'd be doing now, and might be working at a hotel part time. So um, things are looking up. Also, still trying to move. I got all that going on. Trying to get a house and everything, and so personal life gets in the way. Jay's had things going on, I'm sure, over there.
Oh yeah.
Not my place to put his business out there. So
But raising two boys is kind of a full-time job, as any parent knows, and
I can't
uh,
even drink this with my glasses on, bro. Go ahead.
um, yeah. So trying to maintain a domestic life here, and then also working. I only work one job, but that's get up early in the morning, that sort of thing. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, good. I hope all the viewers, and their families or whatever. I hope everybody had a good holiday. Um, You know, I had 3 holidays. I had my birthday, which is a holiday. I had Christmas, and then I had New Year's. So if y'all don't think my birthday is a holiday, then I don't really care if you guys think that or not. But anyway, um, so let's get back to talking about the podcast for a minute. Um, we have some things in the works. One including some connections have been made. You know, I got some things lined up where we will actually have guests, like popular guests, celebrity guests that people actually know, that people actually like. You know, we will have we will have other guests from other podcasts as well joining us, and we will be part of a much bigger podcast world, if for lack of a better term. So, you know, I'm very excited about that. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the background, a lot of things that I'm working on to try to get things going. We also have you know, for anybody that didn't see the last couple of things, the last couple of episodes or announcements or whatever, you know, we will um I'll go over that briefly. You know, first thing I'll tackle is Mr. J over here. When Jay first came on, he came on as more of a guest spot. He came on to give difference of opinion, oftentimes debate multiple subjects. Jay has uh, basically adapted uh, and been promoted to co-host. So he went from a guest to a co-host, has creative insight, create as well as some creative control, um, a shared creative control. Um, you know, we don't want to go, you know, we don't want to completely change what the, and what I mean by that is like a entertainment podcast. Like we don't want to turn an entertainment podcast into a podcast about like weed, or even something more hit, or something more home, like alcohol, for example. We might touch upon alcohol, like Jay was saying earlier. Jay likes wine. Jay likes beer. I like beer. We don't want to turn the entire podcast into a beer podcast, since that's not what it is. So, you know, things like that. So
Well, no, we'll do like an episode maybe geared towards beer, and then the
yeah,
next episode would be like geared towards movies, and the next episode would be geared towards whatever
yeah.
we find thing and coming up for that particular moment. That's what we'll do.
Exactly. I just wanted to kind of specify, because I didn't want it to, when I say like, you know, creative control to a certain extent, I didn't want it to seem like, oh, you know, it's you have control, but not this or not this. You know, as long as within anything within that realm, um, that has either been on the podcast in the past, or it's you know, if it's anything completely out of the realm, and I'll give an example of that. One thing that was 100% out of the realm of the podcast was the submission episode, where all the walls were taken down, all the doors were open for everything and anything. Something like that very rarely happens, and for something like that, you know, it would be more, rather than, it would be more of a team effort on the two of us for something like that. Anything else, like, you know, call me up, be like, hey, I want to talk about uh I'll just throw an example out there. I want to talk about all the John Carpenter movies, which we've done,
Mhm.
or I want to talk about um the Halloween series. You know, I want to do an entire episode about this. So I want to do an entire episode about how let me see, maybe something that you talk about. I want to do an entire episode about why all the music these days suck. I want to do an entire episode about how it's the same, on how they just keep recycling horror movies. So something like that, like 100%, like, you know, he's like, oh, this what we should do. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
your
Well,
idea, run with it. So
the example is that I came to you and we talked about you know the remake of John Carpenter's Escape from New York and who should play the main character, and I suggested maybe Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt
yep,
Russell, playing because and then we sprawled off from that. So yeah,
yeah, 100%. And I think so. Anyway, the reason I got into all that, I tend to babble sometimes, but the reason
Oh,
I got into all that is um Jay's got creative control. um he stepped up from guest to co-host of the um of the podcast, so he has some say as to what goes on now. It's not just, oh, this is what we're doing, so you can come on or you can't. No, he's got some say as to what goes on now as a co-host. um Another announcement, believe it or not, and I actually haven't told Jay this. Again, a lot of things have changed since the start of the. A lot of people may remember in the very, very beginning there was more people that came on. I had other guests on towards the end, and it started to be more Jay. In the very beginning, Sour Girl came on and did some reviews with me, um, and things like that. Well, there's a rumor, and the rumor is not on a regular basis, but Sour Girl may be coming back for an episode or two in the future. So, um, that's the rumor. So, purely speculation. So, um, but we'll see. Um, Purely speculation. Also, like I said, just some channels. I'm excited about what the future holds for the show. I'm excited to see where things go, what guests were able to nail down, and what there's also talk of people from the Entertainment Fusion also being featured on other podcasts as well. So and kind of dual episodes type thing going on. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But that's my little update. Um, the only other thing is, very briefly before I turn it over to Jay to say whatever he wants to say. Um, I want to talk about a couple of things. One thing I'm very, very, very excited about is, I don't know about all you guys. Well, before I get into that, I just want to do two quick remembrances. One is we lost Betty White,
yeah.
which is sad. I also we lost Wes Craven recently, which is also
Uh,
sad.
I think that was like 2017.
Yeah. I thought it was this year. Why did I think it was this year?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
he died a few years ago.
Wow. Wow. Well, we lost Betty White, and that was sad. That was sad. Um, she was she was pretty wild up until even her last days. Like, she'd be on TV and whatever. Like, she was crazy. So, um,
100 in a
huh?
couple of weeks. She's gonna be 100 in a couple of weeks.
I know. I
So
know. That's great, right?
not only still working, but she was still funny as hell. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
to have that quick wit at her age, man, that's a huge feat. So
Yeah.
she will be missed, definitely.
She will. She will, and she was great. Um. So to everybody that is and the last two things I want to touch on is first one. Well, before I get to that, so the second thing I was going to talk about was the sports. Tuukka Rask is back. Tuukka Rask has just signed a contract with the Providence Bruins.
You went back?
Yes. So he right now just signed a contract with Providence as of last week, or earlier this week, I believe. Signed a professional contract with Providence. He hasn't been seen since his hip surgery. I'm honestly not too sure how I feel about it. I mean, Tuca's a great goalie, but every time, excuse me, what happens is he chokes in the playoffs every time. So, and why did we win the cup? Because he was the backup, and Tim Thomas was the lead. But anyway, that's a whole another episode for another day. But he just signed another contract to Providence. So we'll see how he does. I'm sure at some point he'll come up to Boston again. The goalies that they have right now, I've been working so much and traveling around that I haven't really I forgot the name of the starter offhand. But they've been looking really good. They've been looking really good. I'm probably gonna take the day off because I'm really really excited for their first game against the Kraken because I really want to see the Kraken. So
Well, you're gonna have to tell me about that. I'm kind of sworn off hockey right now. I'm not really too happy with the whole industry. That's something for a different day. I'll get into that later on. But
yeah,
I'm not. So I haven't been following them for all of last year, parts of the year before, and that's just Boston, and that goes to everything. Um, so I don't follow them at all. So
no, it's
you're
all
gonna,
good.
you're gonna have to let me know how they go against the Kraken.
I gotta lift my fucking glasses. There
To
we
get
go.
the DOS thing,
Huh?
to get the DOS boot.
Bro, like it's seriously the glass is the size of my arm. Like that tells you how big the glass is. Last thing. So for anybody who is a collector, which I definitely am, as far as movies, I'm a collector.
Oh yeah.
Um, the Ghostbusters 4K set that's coming out now. I know what everybody's saying. Oh, I don't have 4K. Well, they come with regular Blu-rays and they come with a digital copy, and it's never a bad idea to get a 4K because who knows what will happen in the future. You could get a 4K TV. But anyway,
Yeah, but I seem to recall, because I too have an extensive DVD collection of the Blu-rays and stuff. I don't have a 4K player or a 4K TV, and but I recall when Blu-ray first came out, I first thought was, man, I have to get everything I own in Blu-ray. So no, I didn't do that. I still get DVDs when I can if it's just a cheesy film. It's like if I can see it at like Walmart for $10, I'm like, yeah, I don't really need this in Blu-ray. I'm not gonna get it. But if it's something like Halloween or Escape from New York, yeah, I'm gonna get it in whatever updated format it's in. But yeah, I really don't want to add another format to my collection.
well,
It's
8Ks. They have 8K. They have 8K TVs. They just don't have 8K players yet. The only thing that's out that has been confirmed to play 8K movies in the future that is 8K compatible is the brand new Xbox, which is the Series X and the PS. Is it 5? PS5, I believe. PS5.
PS85.
5. Yeah, so I believe those are brand new though, both those systems, and they're like you can't get either one of them. I have the Xbox One, which is the one before, which is 4K compatible, not 8K compatible. The new only the new console, whole new console is 8K compatible, and it's not even compatible when you take it home. They will upgrade it, do an online update, which they sent. It's like sending it to your phone. It's the same premise, which will make it 8K compatible.
So if I did a side by side comparison of a 4K and an 8K, what would be the difference?
The definition. I don't know what the specs are on 8K. I know what the specs are on 4K. So it's basically going to be the difference between HD and 4K. So HD is 1080, I believe. Yeah, 1080p, right? Is 4K? Yeah. So no, is HD is 1080p. So 4K is 2160. So it's double the definition. So I'm assuming 8K would be like 42.
4K.
I'm assuming it would be like 42, 43 or something. I don't know. That's just, I can't even fathom that. Having a 4K TV, I have a 4K TV, and having a 4K TV and seeing what some things look like with HDR is insane. But I also I don't have like a player that really pulls the maximum picture out. So like I have like right now, all because due to lack of space and things like that, I use my Xbox for the 4K player. When I have more options and more room and things like that available to me, I will have eventually an actual good quality 4K player, which will bring the picture out more. But even though I do have a little bit of a picture reduction, only due to the type of player that I have, it still looks phenomenal. So um, I can't. I've seen 8K TVs in the stores, and they're like $15,000 for like a 60-inch. It's like a 60-inch 8K TV for like $12,000, but it's insane. So it's like you can get a car or a TV. Which one do you want? But my last point. So for the collectors, that new Ghostbusters set is going to be amazing. And actually, the box looks like the trap that they put the ghosts in. The other thing is, I just got this, which I'm very very excited about. Is I don't know if anybody knows what this is. This is
Underworld.
Underworld set. So it opens up like this. I'm hoping that they act. I could definitely see them making a Hellraiser box that's similar to this for 4K. That they could release all the Hellraiser movies in 4K with a similar idea. But this is cool. I'll just take one out. You know, we got the you know, that's something maybe in the future we'll do too. Maybe we'll do more unboxings in the future, and then you know, you got the 4K.
Hey,
there, and then the Blu-ray over there. So
the whole high definition quality thing, um, I get, but that movie or all those movies in 4K with Kate Beckinsale running around in tight leather clothing, yeah, I think I'll get a 4K player now.
I can't argue with that, man. I can't. So for anybody looking to upgrade, because I personally never owned all the movies. I think I had one or two of them, but I never owned all of them. So if you've never had all the movies and you're looking to get a collection, you know, I have Vudu, so these are up on Vudu on my Vudu account, so I don't have to go and dig the box set out. But this is a phenomenal box set, very very cool, and I highly recommend it for anybody trying to upgrade.
Very good.
That's go ahead, Jay.
I think those are just kick-ass movies anyway. So I mean, it doesn't matter if you get them in 4K, Blu-ray, DVD. they're very entertaining. I enjoy them. Besides Kate Beckinsale running around in tight leather outfits, I think the movies themselves are just bomb ass. So
I'd like to see them bring it back, but I don't think it will happen. So, but we'll have to wait and see. At this point, I don't really have anything else. That's pretty much all the updates I had. Um, guests coming on, celebrity guests possibly. Um, a possible name change. I don't know. That's still in the cards. Not sure if I'm gonna go that route yet, but it's a possibility at this point. Um, new intro, new intro music. I think if I do change the name, the podcast will still it would be a rebranding, so to speak. It would still be entertainment based, but the podcast may be something that's closer to the intro music this time, which was the name of that song was "I Will Be Heard" by the Connecticut hardcore band Hatebreed. So,
well, I didn't know they were from Connecticut.
yes.
Nice.
Yep. They
Well,
are.
right.
So it's possible I could just name it I Will Be Heard. Or it could have something along those lines, something similar. We'll see. Or it could stay as the Entertainment Fusion. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. At this point, before I end this, because I want to keep it to maximum of a half hour, 35 minutes max, I'll turn it over to my co-host, Mr. Loudmouth Jay, who always has something to say.
Oh yeah, of course. It's why we do podcasting, right?
Exactly.
Well, first things first, I want to say that I am excited for this coming year. With all the new things coming up on our podcasting, I think that I'm looking forward to the guests coming on. That's something new for us. It should be a lot of fun and stuff to come. But the one thing I want to say is we're not just strictly just one thing here. I have my own. I was telling Tom this offline. That I have my own podcast in the works. I actually just started up today, actually. A page on the platform Getter. You can reach me at the Ross Forum. I'm there, and in there, I'm going to be talking about things that we're not going to be talking on this podcast. Mostly politics and history, because that's the two things I can talk hours on. And as Tom knows for sure, that I could teach a class on these things. So, Tom is I'm sure Tom's going to be on the show whenever he wants to. I'm not going to force him on that particular forum. But I'll tell him like, hey, this is the topic I'm going to do if you're interested, But it is going to be, just like this. He too will have, inputs and control, or I'm not going to bogart that thing, so to speak. So that's starting up pretty soon, and yeah. So that's all I had. That I have that particular podcast going. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, hopefully some people will check that out. I've continued to get comments and requests and things like that for this podcast, either for myself or for Jay. We've gotten both positive. Myself and my co-host have both received. Well, he hasn't received. I received them. When I say received, I mean like aimed towards him and aimed towards me. When I say received, it's like me or him. Have both received both positive and negative comments, requests, things like that on both sides. I appreciate anybody's feedback. But I'll be clear. I do want viewers. I do want followers. But I will block people. So I don't. I'm not afraid to ban anybody. So especially when it comes to a blatant, unnecessary, uh, disrespectful rant that is simply unsupported by that's unfactual or that is yeah um, one of the uh, people have requested episodes of just a couple of the requests. Not all of them we will do for obvious reasons. Some we will. People have requested a Marvel DC co episode where we talk about all the good and the bad of both universes and talk about where each should go, how to improve each universe, or and point out the negatives and benefits of each universe.
Oh, I like that. That's
and which one is better. Debate which one is better. I don't think I don't think that's up for debate, but that's just my opinion. So, but and I'm not gonna say where I'm gonna go. That's for the episode. But I don't think there's much of a debate on that. But hey, we'll have to wait and see what Jay thinks about it. I've had requests for political issues. You will not see that on here because, like Tom Cruise said in Jerry Maguire, you can't handle the truth. That's why. Because
that's McGuire.
Oh,
that's good men.
Oh, my bad.
Maguire was showing me the money.
Huh?
Jerry Maguire was showing me the money.
Oh.
Oh man. You a movie guy.
So you know what? Too many of them glasses.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is. We've also had a request for top music picks of 2021, or a music discussion of everything that came out in 2021 or that was expected in 2021 and never came out. What else? Oh, we had a discussion about video games, requests for video games. It doesn't even have to be modern video games, just like video games in general, just a video game episode.
Oh, good, because I don't have any modern. But I stopped at Xbox 360.
No, that's fine. That's
and
fine.
That is collecting dust in my attic right now.
Well, doesn't your son have a Switch though?
He just got one for his birthday. Yes.
Yeah, well, a little bit there. With the Switch from watching him then. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's not so much watching him; it's so much that him telling me what he's doing, like a play-by-play.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look at that, and he's ratting off. I'm like, geez, so this is what my dad felt like when I was a kid.
Right.
Trying to explain to him like Ninja Turtles.
Right. I mean, maybe. What we could do is we could set it up as just like a overall, more like a history of video games and how far they've come, and some of our favorites and why they were our favorite, and where we think video games could go. So we could do it that way. That way it would be a little bit easier a little bit easier for you to really have a discussion about it. Because I mean, even you said you stopped at 360. I mean, I think you played way before that. So the progression that would have been, say, when you were like 10 and playing like old school Nintendo all the way up to like 360, that's a huge progression right there. So
It was more like Atari, but you know,
yeah, you're an old fuck. But anyway,
older than me,
huh?
and you're older than me.
Uh,
Yeah.
Technicalities. Anyway, well, thank you everybody who tuned in. This actually went longer than anticipated. It was supposed to be only like a 25 to 30 minutes max, but it looks like it's going to be about 37 minutes, which isn't too bad. So thanks everybody. Huh?
These things always run over anyway.
Yeah, they always do. Thanks everyone who tuned in. I hope I hope some of the big plans that we have. I can't wait to see them play out and see how everything goes. I continue to update the podcast Facebook page. The not as much on the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel, but I will try to put more stuff on the YouTube and Twitch channel when I can. But the Facebook Entertainment Fusion page is constantly updated. I try to always post content, so even if I'm not doing a stream, there's always something on there related to the podcast. Once in a while, I'll put something that's completely unrelated, like a puppy sledding down a hill or something in the wintertime, just for the hell of it. But yeah, that's it. Jay, thanks. Hopefully, you think of any, have some, you have any last words?
No. Well, first of all, just I want to thank everybody for watching. Taking your time out of your day to watch us two bozos chit chat. The last thing I want to say too is, as Tom said, that he doesn't. People requesting for him to do political stuff and whatnot. Just go see my site for that. If you have questions or want to talk about something, or even American history, I'm always up for talking about that. So, but in the meantime, I look forward to having all those conversations with the comic books and the video games. I think that's going to be really fun. I can't wait to have the guests on. That's going to be even more fun. And I would really like a lot of audience participation with this. More, keep these requests coming for us too. So I think 2022 is going to be for this podcast, not in general, but for this podcast, I think it's going to be really fun. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.